Hello, this is Patrick from XPression. I want to show you a new workflow feature in the XPression MOS workflow using clips, creating a placeholder clip. I'm working inside an Inception newsroom and I've got my XPression MOS plugin open here. I want to add a clip here, and the clip that I want doesn't exist. So right now I really have no choice but to ask my creative services team to create something, put it into the server, let me know when it's there, and then I'll go find it again. Well, we're going to change all that. There's a couple settings we need to make in two different places. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to move over to the XPression gateway first. So hang on just a second while we change. Okay, now we're in the XPression gateway. I'm going to go to the gateway server. I'm going to click on gateway, settings, clip store. Now, something I need to change in here. There's a checkbox here that says allow clips added to running order should be recalled via their recall ID. I'm going to click that and then click OK. And again, this is something the administrator will be doing. This isn't something us as operators or newsroom people will be doing. So we'll let the XPression administrator handle all of this for us. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to go over to the Clip Store Manager. Okay, here we are in the Clip Store Manager. Now, these are some common settings, and again, I'm in the object browser under Clip Store. I have the ability to allow the same recall ID to be used in different projects, and that's a fairly common thing. So if I want my newsroom users to be able to create their own clips, I have to disable this. So I'm going to unselect that, and on a duplicate recall ID, I'm going to tell it to delete the existing clip and subclips, and I'm going to change that to OK. Now, the third place I need to change something is over on the encoder server. Just because if I'm encoding something, I need to have that setting. So looking in my encoder server, I have over here recall ID parsing. These could be any type of configuration setting here. What I'm going to do here is make mine just pick one way or the other. I want to have that recall ID number in here. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to turn this in to treat trailing numbers as file ID or recall ID, and I can tell it that I want the recall ID to be preceded by an underscore. I'm just going to let that one ride, and I'm going to do that. I'm going to click OK. Now, let's go back into the newsroom. Okay, here we are. I'm going to close my XPression MOS plugin, and I'm going to reopen it. And when I choose my XPression MOS plugin again, and then I choose the Clips tab, what I'm going to find is there's a new button here called Create Placeholder. And what I do with this, if I'm the newsroom user, I'm going to click on that button, and I'm going to put a number in here. If I know one off the top of my head, I'm going to say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If I put something else in there that already exists, it'll tell me. You can see I get this little dialog box. I'm just going to use 5, and I'm going to call this clip Elvis Was Here. And I'm going to click OK. And what you'll see here, this now changes the user interface to let me know that this clip is a placeholder and no clip information has yet been received. You may drag and drop this placeholder into the rundown. So I'm going to drag it in. I could also hit add to story, and I'm going to save my story. And what I want you to notice is as soon as I do that and I click publish in Inception, I'm going to have this information here about the story, and it's going to, the clip I should say, and it's going to tell me not ready. So I'm going to do something here that's rather unique. I'm going to go in and pretend I'm the journalist and I'm also the artist, which is not always common. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to open up two folders. I've got my ingest folder, and I've got some clips that I'm going to play with here. So I'm going to take this one clip and I'm going to rename it to Elvis Was Here underscore 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And that's the file name. I'm going to take that, I'm going to drag that into my ingest or watch folder for my clips content. And as soon as I do that, I'm going to get these out of the way, and you can see what will happen right there. Look at that. It says that it's ready. You know what that means? My placeholder has now been populated with actual clips content. And if I come over here and I do a search in my clip store, look at that. There's my clip, and I can see what it looks like. And by the way, that's how it animates. So what I just did, I changed some settings in the gateway, I changed some settings in my Clip Store Manager, and I changed some settings in my encoder engine, and I then get the preview, or not the preview, but the placeholder button inside of my XPression MOS plugin, and I can now create placeholders that my art department or creative services team can populate if they know the content that they're filling. So this is a way to use placeholders in the XPression Clips workflow.